Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel for maybe the last time. So I don't actually know what I'm titling this video. I am pretty straightforward with my titling, so likely you already know what this is about, but I'm going on hiatus indefinitely. I am going to just stop making YouTube videos. Now I am saying that it's still a hiatus rather than just quitting YouTube because I wanted to leave the door open that if in a year or two or whatever, I feel like making videos again, I can, and I will not feel weird about coming back. If this is a little bit sudden, a little bit surprising, it's a little surprising for me too. I knew I was having some issues with my YouTube channel that I needed to fix, but I didn't really think that we were quite at this level. But last Saturday, I got a very rude, very critical comment, which isn't unusual. I have gotten those in the past and it's been not my favorite, but okay, you delete and move on, or you respond to the criticisms or whatever, right? But my immediate response to this comment was just, I'm done. I'm out. I don't need to do this anymore, which is not normally how I respond to these kinds of things. I don't generally jump to the extreme. So that said two things to me. That's a sign that I need to go through my pros and cons list for having a YouTube channel to make sure that it is still working for me. And number two, that this has probably been bubbling below the surface for a while. And yeah, so I mean, I deleted the comment and then I worked on my pro cons list. And what I realized through working through that is that I'm just not getting the same amount of fulfillment as I once was. So in the past, the kind of things that I've gotten from this YouTube channel are things like having good book discussions, right? I love BookTube for that. But what I realized is that actually now a majority of my good book discussions are happening on Discord. I found a couple of really good communities for me and some people that actually have similar tastes to me. And so even though I would be missing some of the conversation if I quit doing videos, I wouldn't be missing all of the conversation. So that part of it just isn't as important to me at this point because I have another place for it. And then it's like in the past, I've also gotten it's been a really good structure to my week, a routine. I don't know how many people know, but I started this channel in response to realizing that I could not go back to full-time work because I could not find a job that was going to pay for the child care of my younger child and my older child both. Like, it just was too expensive. And so I was a very reluctant stay-at-home parent. And one of the things about being a stay-at-home parent to a 2-year-old, if you've never done it, is the days just bleed into each other. Unless you are very specific about how you structure it, like it bleeds into each other. Days bleed into days, weeks bleed into weeks, months bleed into months, and then just time passes. And it's not my favorite. And so having a YouTube channel where I had specific days that I was uploading, specific days that I was trying to film, all of these kinds of things really gave me a ton of structure and routine that I absolutely needed. Well, now I don't actually need that anymore because, I have other things. I have outside activities. I have another job that's a Monday through Thursday kind of job. And that's been really helpful as well. So I don't really need this as much for that anymore. And the last thing that I have used this channel for is to have a creative outlet, right? And it's been really good. It's been really interesting to learn how to think critically about what I'm reading and how to put that into words and how to structure a review so it flows nicely. Just all of these kinds of things has been really great to learn. It's been flexing the creative part of my mind in a really nice way. But I was thinking before, like, it wasn't doing it, even before earlier in the year, it wasn't doing that as much because I got pretty comfortable with what I was doing. So writing a review didn't feel like I was stretching as much. It came a lot easier, for example. But then I got my job. the job that I picked up recently is, I don't think I have said, but it is, I'm a paraprofessional, an aide in an elementary school, specifically helping 2 classes with their math periods. And like, kids require doing this kind of stuff, helping kids with math, being with kids in general, requires a certain amount of creativity. And how do we approach these problems? How can I explain the math in a different way? All of these kinds of things, which has been really, really good for this stretching my the creative side of my mind. And so I don't actually need that part from my YouTube channel either. And so what I'm finding is that even though this channel was incredibly fulfilling in the past and gave me so much of what I needed, I don't need those same things anymore because I'm getting them elsewhere. And so I'm not getting as much from this. And then the real clincher that I thought about was that every time that I had to sit down to film, there was always things that I would rather be doing, even if it was just sleeping, which is saying a lot because I don't actually like going to sleep. So like, I mean, it could have been okay. It's okay to sit down and think I want to do something other than film if you're getting fulfillment from it. If you sit down and do it anyway, and then you get a lot of fulfillment from it, right? But I'm not getting the fulfillment. I don't actually want to be I would rather be doing other things with my time than filming or editing or uploading or any of those things. And so to me, that's just like, it's really clear that this just isn't working for me anymore. So I'm not going to do it. Now, that being said, I do have a couple of ideas for videos, a couple of videos for the near future that may or may not come to fruition. So I will say that even if you see a couple videos from me in like the next 6 months or so, that doesn't mean I'm back. It just means that like I wanted to do very specific videos and I was willing to put in the time for it. So like the most likely that you'll see is a review for the 13 Days of Halloween season 3, which I think they just finished it up today. I'm not caught up on all the episodes. It's a podcast. So once I finish it, I'll probably do a review. And the other thing that I might do is the annual update for 2022 about how much money I spent on books. This is a video I did in January of this year covering 2021, and I think it would be good to do an update to it. So those are the possible videos that I'm looking at. And if you see them, again, doesn't mean that I'm back. It just means that I wanted to do those specific videos. So the only thing left to say is thank you. Like I said, this channel was incredibly fulfilling for me for a very long time. And it was exactly what I needed at a time where I was very much struggling. Like I said, I was a very reluctant stay-at-home parent, and this helped keep me sane. And then we had the lockdown and the pandemic, and this also helped me keep me sane. And there were, like, honestly, once in a lifetime world events after once in a lifetime world events. And this was something that was very steadying. And through it all, I have appreciated everybody who's watched my videos, everybody who's left a comment. I have had some amazing conversations, and I found some really good people. And so thank you for being part of that. But that's it. That's all I have for this video. I didn't want to leave without saying anything so that nobody worries if you're a worrier like me. But yeah, so that's it. And I guess I'll see you when I see you.